You're watching Nichols Golf. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends who also want to play better golf.
All right, come along with me as I play Arbor Crossing in Connorsville, Indiana. All right, hole number one. Never trying to overpower the first tee shot. Really just want to get this one in play, get the round off to a good start. Okay, if I'd have actually hit the record button back during my second shot, you would have heard me say that my drive, according to 18 birdies, flew about 268 yards in the middle of the fairway, left me about a 70-yard shot to the front edge of the green, about 80, maybe 5 to the flag. And here at Arbor Crossing, the summer has been so dry that these greens typically have not been holding very well, so I planned to hit my shot as close to the front edge of the green as I could. I did land it about maybe 3 feet over the front edge of the green, and then it only rolled out to about maybe another 4 feet, 4 or 5 feet. So did not actually stuck a little more than I expected, leaving me approximately 20 feet for birdie here. So let's see what I can do. It's going to break left to right. There's a mark over here to the left that seems to be a pretty good estimate. I think if I started just inside that mark. Turn now, turn now. Nope, gave it too much. Routine par to start the round. I'm happy with that. Here we are, hole two. All right, hole two, relatively short par four, but there is a creek that runs across the fairway there. And I just measured on the 18 Birdies app. I'd have to carry driver about 240 to be clear of that creek. I honestly don't know exactly how far I'm carrying my driver early this morning. I know I hit that last drive. It ended up going about 268 yards. However, I don't know how far I carried. I know I got a good kick off the top of a hill there, so I'm not sure. So to play it safe, I'm gonna hit a 4-iron off the tee just to stay short of the creek, give myself a safe second shot. Right about where I wanted. Okay, a nice smooth 4-iron off the tee. According to 18 Birdies, I hit that about 190 yards, which is about what I expected. That's left me about 155 to the middle of this green, which the flag looks like it is in the middle. So I'm going to according to the color-coded flag's in the front. So that leaves me probably more like 150-ish. So this fairway looks like it has not been mowed yet this morning. So I'm going to catch a little bit of a flyer, I think. So I'm going to go back to an 8-iron. I have 7-iron in my hand. When I was thinking it was 155, I was going 7-iron. But now that I think it's 150 or less, and I might get a little bit of a flyer, I'm going down to 8-iron. Again, just trying to make a nice smooth swing. First couple of holes, I just want to make solid contact. Don't want to do anything hero-wise. Turn over a little bit. Oh, turns out I should have kept 7 in my hand. A little bit short. I might have caught that just a hair heavy too. Okay, so here we are with this little chip shot from right in front of the green. Flag is up front, like the color says, and I've got about maybe 12 feet from the front edge of the green to the hole, so got a little bit of room. But because it's a short shot and it is a flat, hard green typically, I'm chipping with a 60-degree wedge, just to try to get it to stop as quickly as possible. But I'm not going to try to do anything fancy. I'm not going to try to flop this or get it way up in the air. I just want to make good contact with this. It'll take one hop and then roll out a few feet. So I just need to land it as close to the edge of the green as I can. Rolled maybe about 3 feet past. Got that for par now. Okay, so got my, turns out to be about a 5-foot putt. Coming back down. This, as the chip came up, I saw it roll to the left, which means this is going to break the same way going back down. So I'm going left edge with this. There it is. All right, hole 3, par 5, dog leg left. Okay. I've noticed in the first couple of holes with driver, 4-iron, and 8-iron that I am tending to hit a little bit of a draw today. So with this dog leg left, you're baited to try to take it up over the top of the trees if you can hit a decent driver. But with my draw happening naturally right now, I'm not going to try to bite off any extra. I'm going to let the draw happen and take what I get with it. I don't want to get greedy on hole number 3. I'm setting up just outside the edge of the trees that you can see there and letting the draw take it just a little bit over there. Didn't draw very much, which I'm okay with. All right, let's go see. Okay, so I ended up coming through the fairway since that ball didn't really draw, and it's left me about 175 to the middle of this green on this par 5. The shot's going all uphill all the way, not severely, but all the way up there. And there's a bunker on each side of the green. So I would like to, but it's a tiny little tabletop green. So I would love to go after it, but I've got kind of a not so great lie here in the rough. So I'm going to take a 5-iron, which would normally get me there, but I'm expecting it to be a little bit short. Give myself a simple chip from right in front of the green rather than flirt with those bunkers on either side. I don't draw too much. And that did end up just short, right in the fairway. Probably got about a 20-yard pitch to get on there. I'll take that. Okay, so I was pretty close in my estimate. There's a little bit of a pitch to get up on there, but the flag is just behind middle, and it is a tiny little green. So I've probably got about 20 to 25 feet of green to work with for this little shot. So that means I can fly this a few feet over the edge of the green. And with the grass being as wet as it is, it's not going to bite and stop too well. This fairway hasn't been mowed yet either, so not going to get real tight spin. It's probably going to bounce and roll a good 10 feet or so I can land it almost about halfway there probably. Oh, I flew it a little bit too far. Looks like I might have about 5-6 feet coming back down the hill for birdie. All right, here's my, looks like about 5-foot putt down the hill for birdie. So if any of you are thinking, well, Paul, you said on your second shot, you only had 175 yards left to the green. Why didn't you go for it in 2? Well, I actually haven't not played golf for my own score since July when I was in Florida. So my confidence in my swing is not quite there, even though I practice every once in a while with the teams I coach. So I'm just using these first 3 holes just to gain confidence in my swing. Then once I really know what I'm doing, as far as swing-wise and contact-wise, then I'll start going after things later in the round. But I don't know how well it shows up on camera here, but this is a very small green. Front to back, it's no more than maybe 30 feet. side to side, maybe about 40. It's a small tabletop green for a par 5. It's guarded on both sides by pretty deep bunkers. And all around this green, there are different types of slopes that make greenside chip shots actually pretty difficult. And this thing is sloped pretty severely from back to front. So any chip shot from right around this green, back or sides, is actually really tricky. That's why I wanted to plan for my chip shot to be just short in the fairway where I knew I had a good lie and I knew I was coming uphill to the hole. So that's why. So I did fly this a little farther than I wanted. I ended up above the hole. Hopefully this putt, I've been walking around trying to feel with my feet that this putt's going to move. I think it's not going to, but we'll see. Yep, straight in. All right, hole number 4. Nice long par 3, measuring about 200 yards right to the middle. Pin is tucked behind a front left bunker, so we're staying away from that. We're going for the wide, fat part of the green we can see off to the right of that. Anticipating a draw because most of my full shots have had a little bit of a draw so far. So we're going to go with the right edge of the green. All right, kind of an unfortunate, maybe fortunate break here. My ball hit the cart path because the draw I was expecting off the tee never came. So I hit my push, landed on the cart path, bounced up into this tree and came down right here. I got kind of lucky because now I've got enough space under these branches I could hit the normal shot that I would hit from this spot. But I don't really like being behind this green. The good thing is I do have plenty of room between the top edge of the green and the hole. So I've got room for this thing to run down there. I just got to get it to the edge of the green here. A little farther than I wanted to. Oh, but I just hit the stick. So the flag just helped me out there. Yep, this was a fortunate break because this ball might have rolled off the green on the front because of how hard I hit it on that chip shot. But now I've just got this little 2.5 footer straight up the hill for par. And we stay 1 under. Here we are, hole number 5, par 4. Creek running across the fairway up there, kind of out of my reach though. This is kind of a narrow fairway. You don't really have much room to the right to miss. And just to the left of it down there, there's a creek that runs all the way down the left side. So once again, don't need to do anything crazy here. Just make solid contact. Swing that I've been using so far has been working just fine. I'm going to anticipate just a little bit of a draw, so I'm going down the right side of the fairway. A little more hook than I want. Get down. It did rolled into the rough on the left side. A little bit of a toe draw there. Got a little flippy with it. All right, so our little toe draw left us just a couple of feet into the rough here. Might get a little bit of a flyer lie off of this. According to 18 birdies, I'm about 130 yards from the middle of the green. I just realized I've got pitching wedge in my hand, and I don't think that's enough club. I think we need to go 9 iron. So we're going to go 9, try to get it to the middle of the green. Going uphill a little bit. A flyer here, if it was a level lie, might get me there with a pitching wedge, but going up this hill, I don't think pitching wedge will. So I'm going 9. Draw's working just the way I wanted. Be the right club now. Ooh, looks like it landed pretty close. Let's go see. So there's the illusion of hitting a shot uphill to a green. It looked like it was landing pretty close from back where I was, but now you see I've got a good 30, 35 feet for my first putt here. And it's going uphill all the way. A little part of the green is the front right corner. So it is going to turn to my right as it goes, but not a lot. So right now I'm not worried about getting it in the hole. I'm thinking about a circle, a putter length circle, putter length radius circle around that hole. to get this in, and if leave it on the low side, that'd be the best idea. During my practice swings, I'm rehearsing. That big of a swing might be just about right. Yeah, just about right to get at the speed I want. Oh, it's turning left. A little bit of a misread on my part. I like the speed on that, but I misread it to go down that way, but it's actually coming off the top that way a little bit. If I'd have looked at it from this side, I'd have seen that. Okay. So now, little 3-footer to finish this par. It's going to fall down. The low side of the top half is right here. So it's coming back down this way. So I'm going left edge. Left half. Another par. We stay 1 under. All right, hole 6. Kind of a tricky par 5, dog leg left. Creek running across it. All right, so on this par 5, this creek that you see running right in front of the tee actually runs down almost the length of the hole. It runs down the whole left side of the fairway, and I'll end up going across it for my second shot as the fairway turns to the left. I've got a fairway mower in the fairway right now, so he's about in my landing distance right now, so I'm gonna give him a minute. All right, he's out of my way now, so I'm gonna go ahead. I've been struggling to keep grass on this tee. Doesn't get much sun. Nice little low draw. Hopefully get some run off of that. Go down the left side. I like it. Let's go see. All right, so forgive me if you can't hear me. There's a mower that's actually coming up right behind me. Wants to mow the stripe that my ball is laying on right after I hit the shot. So I've got 225 to the green, but I can't even see the green from here. So I'm not going for it. Instead, I'm going to lay up, give myself about a 60, 70-yard pitch to get on the green. I like that. Yeah, should be right at the base of the hill. And there's the mower that was creeping up behind me right as I hit that shot. All right, so here you see my ball at the base of the hill leading up to this green, just like I had planned. A little closer to the rough than I wanted, but okay. But if you notice, if you look up this hill, you probably can't see the flag. If you look just to the right of this bunker, you might be able to see the very top of the flag. So I'm going to walk up this hill to investigate exactly where it is. I've got a lot of room. Okay. It's always a good idea if you can't see exactly where the hole is in a situation like that to go ahead and walk up and investigate what the situation is. So I've got lots of room, so I can fly this ball well over that bunker. And I've probably got 50 feet between the front edge of the green and that hole. So I can fly this darn near 2/3 of the way to that hole from the front edge of the green and probably be in good shape. So that means I'm hitting probably about a 55-yard shot. About 55. Going up the hill, I might call it a 60-yard shot. Once again, mowers going behind the camera as we hit. It's all right. They got work to do. All right. I feel like I flew that back there pretty well. I hope I didn't go behind the hole. But we'll see. Okay, so this plan worked out pretty well. Shot turned out just as good as I could have hoped. Left myself, it looks like about 7, 8 feet here. It's definitely going to turn to my left coming up this hill. I just got to get the right speed. This is an all-speed putt here. Going up the hill just a little bit. Going to turn to my left. Gnats are coming out. I'm going to give it about 4 inches, maybe a hole out to the right. Kind of looks like there's a little mark in the green right here. I'm going to try to go right inside that. That looks to be about the right line. Just get feeling the speed I want to hit the ball with my practice strokes. Robbed. Darn. Opportunity missed. All right, hole 7, tricky par 3, down the hill to a green guarded by a pond and trap and a creek behind it. So right now, this par 3, 18 birdies is measuring the middle of the green about 150. Going downhill slightly, but it's better to be long than short on this tee shot, so I'm going 8-iron. Going full 8-iron, not going to back off it at all. As long as the gnats stay out of my eyes, we're going to be okay. One practice swing, that's all I need in my pre-shot routine. A little tap on the ground with the left hand. Now we're going to step up to it, get myself lined up properly, get to the top, and then be aggressive. Felt good. Is it the right club? It's the right club. Once again, my draw that I've been hitting with almost every shot came into play. It started out right at the flag, drew about, it looks to be about 15, 18 feet. And looks like that's what we've got from the edge of the green to the left of the flag for birdie. Let's go. All right, so here's that putt I was talking about for birdie. It's pretty flat. It might go to the right ever so slightly. Maybe just outside 15 feet. A little tricky lie right on the edge of the fringe here. So I'm gonna start the putter on the fringe so it doesn't bump my backstroke. Turn. Oh, ooh, I ran it by. And it did not turn. Ever so slightly on the way back it did. So I'm gonna go with the right half here. There we go. Got the par. All right, hole number 8. It's actually not a par 5. That's a misprint on the sign. All right, go down the right side, let the draw happen. It works.
So it was while I was on my way to this tee shot that my lavalier microphone died, so we'll do voiceover for the rest of this round. So tee shot ends up real nice down the right side of this fairway, leaving me about 90 yards, which means I now have to knock down my 51-degree gap wedge. So you'll notice when I take my swing at this, that my backswing, my hands come just up to my shoulders. That's my gauge for hitting this club 90 yards. I can max it out at between 110 and 115. So to knock it down, I shorten my takeaway to 90 yards. There's hands to shoulder high. Made good contact with it, and it looked like it flew right at the flag from where I was standing. Yes, I did fill in all of my divots with the sand bucket that was on the cart. So here's what I left myself, this little 4-footer for birdie. And it looked like it was going to trail off to the right just a little bit. This green tends to break to the right in most areas, so I set myself up at the left edge of this hole. And then it trailed off more than I expected. Got robbed on that one. That could have taken me to 2 under, but instead it's a par, and I remain at 1 under going into hole number 9. So hole number 9 is a dogleg right par 4, and to get to the corner, for me, driver is a little too much because you see those pine trees, they line the opposite side of the corner of the fairway, and the branches on those go all the way to the ground, so you do not want to get hung up in those. So I went down to 3 wood for this tee shot, hoping to hit it about maybe 220, 230. I measured that should get me right to the corner of the fairway. Made a good swing at that, hit it just the way I wanted it to. It was heading right towards the pine on the right side and ended up, as you see, right in the middle of the fairway. Left me about 110, I think it was, to this flag. It is going uphill, so that should have caused me to go up to pitching wedge, but I wasn't that smart that day. Instead, I hit that 51 degree and left it, as you can see, about 30 feet short. So I've got 30 feet for birdie to try to finish this 9 at 2 under par. This putt broke to my left quite a bit. I was playing about maybe 1.5 feet a break. I gave it plenty of speed and maybe just a hair too much speed, as it did not break as much as I expected. So now I've got that little 2.5 footer left to finish out this front side at Arbor Crossing at 1 under par. So this one should go just off to the right a little bit, keep it just inside the left edge. And there he goes. 1 under par. You're watching Nichols Golf. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your friends who also want to play better golf.